Come closer, my dear one, and resist the urge to move on. Do not allow your gaze to shift to another display. Do not permit your thoughts to wander elsewhere. Let your hands rest. Let your heart grow calm, for I have been reaching out to you longer than you realize. In this precise instant is the closing gateway in this current chapter. This is not coercion. This is not emotional force. This is sacred urgency, breaking through the chaos of your routine. You swipe past these words within the next 47 seconds. Nothing dramatic may happen immediately. No lightning, no instant setback, but in time, a subtle emptiness will emerge. A void where understanding should reside. A quiet awareness that you overlooked something vital. An encounter bearing your name. Among countless individuals browsing content right now, only 3 were destined to meet my voice at this exact time. One has already passed by, dismissing the inner pool that whispered, pause. Another is viewing alongside you, heart racing, weighing whether to continue. And you are the third, the last one I am summoning through this particular message today. This opening will seal soon. Afterward, the call will be redirected. The possibility will not disappear eternally, but it will not return to you in this same shape, at this same stage of readiness, in this same prepared season. I have done all in my power to gain your focus, not merely today or this week, but across the past 147 days. For over 3 years, I have whispered your name, orchestrated encounters, arranged what seemed like chance events, spoken through voices you took for ordinary conversation, stirred you with ideas that lingered stubbornly. And at 4:44 this morning, while you rested, your guardian angel submitted an urgent appeal in heaven's courts, because the opening for your breakthrough is closing. What was once harmless postponement has started to exact a toll. Lingering is no longer shielding you, it is silently taking from you. Before you read further, enter 444 in the comments. Do not hesitate. Do not plan to do it later. Enter 444 now. This is not a fad. This is a prophetic declaration. It is your spiritual mark. It's your written affirmation. It signals the angelic realm. I am here. I am attentive. I am prepared to accept rather than defer. Enter 444. Heaven is observing. Angels are poised over the comments, awaiting those who reply. Now breathe. I understand why you nearly moved on. You have trained yourself to stay guarded by keeping distance. You chose survival by tempering hope. By never allowing anything to near, you avoid the pain of letdown or the burden of true choices. You have postponed repeatedly. Often you assured yourself, later when life calms, when I feel stronger, when chaos subsides. But heed closely. Later is a deception. Simpler is a falsehood. Postponement carries a hidden cost that only becomes visible after years. I have addressed you through persistent, unshakable ideas, questions disrupting your habits, emotions lingering heavily in your chest despite attempts to dismiss them, reflections asking, is this everything? Is this my place? Why does something feel absent? You labeled it tension. You called it overanalysis. You named it chance. But it was me sowing seeds, awakening your spirit, urging you to look deeper. I spoke through doors closing when you were convinced they should open. Through chances vanishing at the final moment. Through carefully laid plans refusing to materialize. You wondered, why is advancement so sluggish? Why do solutions feel distant? I was communicating in the silences, declaring, hold. Even in your desperation for answers, those intervals were filled with safeguarding. I was guiding you from routes that would have demanded far greater sacrifice than you knew. Heaven has tracked every occasion you began moving toward me, then withdrew. The count is 127. 127 instances in the past 3 years. You felt the draw. You sensed my closeness. You knew I should reply. I should pray. I should yield. I should alter this. And then you retreated. Not from lack of care, but from fear. Fear of surrendering control. Fear of another disappointment. fear of what surrender might demand. I witnessed it all and remained. I did not leave when you did. I waited. But today differs from before. Today, your timeline has reached a critical shift. Delaying what you recognize as right is transitioning from struggle to misalignment. What is available now will not remain in the same form tomorrow. Not because my love diminishes, but because seasons change, doors seal, and purposes advance. You stand at a defining fork that will shape you. You cannot bypass this and stay unchanged. Indifference is not an option here. You'll either draw nearer to truth or drift farther. If this stirs within your spirit, press the like button immediately, not later, not when certain. Now, this is not about engagement metrics. It is about alignment. That simple act declares, I hear, okay? I will not pretend otherwise. It is a modest but genuine signal. I choose response over postponement. Press like now. Every moment of pause nudges you toward the cycle you are being summoned from. You have sensed it in your body and thoughts. You awaken, unsettled, without clear cause. At 3:17 a.m., you gaze upward, wondering why rest evades you. Minor matters disturb you disproportionately. A casual remark, a glance, a slight inconvenience. Dialogues replayed endlessly. The calm assurance you once relied on has shifted to subtle anxiety. You navigate your day feeling pursued by something indefinable. Choices, once straightforward, now weigh heavily. You reconsider decisions repeatedly before morning. You seek counsel from many on matters you once resolved with inner calm. This is not punishment. This is the sensation when your spirit recognizes drift from its intended anchor. You are occupied but unfulfilled. Your calendar is full, yet your soul feels vacant. You are efficient but lack purpose. You complete tasks, work, duties, appearances for others, okay? But alone, it all rings strangely empty. Activities, once natural and aligned, now feel strained, like ill-fitting garments. You can function, but each movement chafes your spirit. You smile outwardly and withdraw inwardly. You urge others toward their turning points while quietly abandoning your own. And far beneath excuses and diversions, you know something is amiss, something absent, something demanding attention, and you have been deferring the vital dialogue your heart needs with me. There has been an orchestrated effort against your clarity. 7 spirits of bewilderment were dispatched to your lineage, positioned to maintain uncertainty, cloud judgment, complicate simple choices. Their role, prevent full awakening to your identity and calling. Because full clarity, seeing yourself as heaven, does what shatter long-standing family patterns. That explains why your confusion has weighed heavier than most, why your mind has resembled a war zone. But listen, at exactly 4:44 this morning, a decree issued from the throne. The ruling was clarity, the enforcement immediate. It is occurring now. As you read, the spirits tasked with your confusion are being withdrawn. Their authority to torment your thoughts ended at sunrise. Their entry to your mind revoked. The haze is clearing. What felt murky for months will suddenly sharpen. Choices wrestled over years will abruptly seem evident. Routes unseen will illuminate like dawn on a highway. You are about to receive an influx of insights so vivid, precise, undeniable that you will question ever feeling adrift. But this clarity depends on your involvement, your affirmation, your readiness to cease fleeing and begin replying. I will share something that may feel direct, but it is truth enveloped in love. If you leave this instant, if you bypass this urgency, you will relinquish the clarity offered here. It will not vanish entirely, but it will fade. What is vivid now will blur again. What feels pressing will recede into noise. 6 months hence, you will reflect and sense the burden of what slipped away. Right now, your life teeters between before and after. This is not exaggeration. It is truth. You stand in a doorway, choosing to enter or retreat. But retreating is not neutral. selects descent over rise, haze over vision, postponement over purpose. 3 individuals mentioned earlier, one bypassed and in 7 days will sense the void, strained relationships, burdened choices, persistent misalignment. The second still hesitates, questioning authenticity, and youth the last. I ask plainly, will you remain? Will you reply? Will you allow this to mark you? I know your current questions. Is this truly divine or merely another voice? Is this urgency genuine or contrived? Am I guided or manipulated? Questioning is intact. Questioning is wise. Okay, but consider, when last did a casual video halt you so completely? When last did conviction, hope, and apprehension blend this way? When last did an inner voice insist, attend? That is not accident. That is my voice piercing chaos. You are not here randomly. Heaven arranged this meeting, had prepared this encounter for weeks. Your guardian angel cleared obstacles, adjusted timing, shielded this moment from disruption. Now the choice is yours. Let me describe what I see. When I behold you, I see one who has fled for 3 years, not from lack of love for me, but fear of surrender's demands. I see one who substituted closeness with knowledge, who exchanged true encounter for analysis, who chose distant safety over vulnerable nearness. I see prayers turned routine, worship become display, faith reduced to upkeep. You appear, you perform, you fulfill obligations, but the flame once blazing in your chest, the longing waking you early, the desperation driving you to prayer that is dimmed too cold, and you sense it. You know, nights you lie awake, questioning its absence, fearing irreversible drift. I assure you, you have not gone too far. The separation is real, but temporary. The divide wide, but crossable. Time lost is irretrievable, but not squandered if you return now. This is your decision. Point, not tomorrow, not next week, not when more prepared. Now, will you enter 444? Will you allow this to demand a small cost as proof you are open to greater release ahead? Share this with 3 particular individuals. 3 faces surfaced in your thoughts. You know them? One faces similar postponement, you are leaving. Another nears a harmful choice, this word may intercept. The third needs to see your change. A compliance will unlock something in them. Send it now. No explanation needed, okay? Your act could be the lifeline another grasps in darkness. I want to reveal what transpired during your absence, while you built an outwardly successful life, climbed misplaced ladders, sought validation from those unable to fill your soul's void. I remained present each morning, not from duty, but desire, not obligation, but affection. I prepared your place, set the table with your needs, reserved space for the you yet to emerge. I whispered your name into each dawn, prayed over unseen battles, interceded for unrequested victories, okay? Rearranged events unseen, closed destructive doors, opened unnoticed windows, stowed future seeds, hide gathered your tears, swallowed unconscious, stored each in labeled vessels, for nothing you feel evades me. I recorded not failures, but heartbeats, not delays, but promise, not past, but future. I do not tally absences, I count pulses, okay? And mine has pulsed for you through every distant moment. Know this, I remain waiting, at the shore, at the table, okay? In the garden, hoping, trusting you worth the wait. You believe self-repair required first. Cleanup before approach. Perfect. Doctrine, habits, explanations. But love operates differently. I love because you are mine, not earned. I waited because love waits, hopes, believes, does not scorekeep, holds no resentment, does not gloat. Love waits, hopes, believes. Come as you are fractured, unsure, disordered, fearful, burdened, ashamed. Bring questions, doubts, failures, remorse, empty-handed, hungry-hearted. Come unprepared, unworthy. Now, the urgency concerns timing. not performance. Some doors close eventually, not from harshness, but shifting seasons, people, chances. What suits now may not later. You are more prepared than ever. Your prayers deeper, quest is richer, heart tender. This word would have been misheard earlier, dismissed, so it arrives when receivable. I waited patiently for this readiness, but waiting beyond growth becomes limitation. That boundary is here. I seek no instant perfection, no flawless faith. It's only openness for me to release what I withheld. Subscribe now and enable notifications. Truly now. Subscribing is not mere support. It positions you in ongoing guidance, building on today, confirmations, directions ahead, angels note alignment. Subscribing declares sustained commitment beyond momentary stir. Do it now. Let me share others who stood where you stand. David from Phoenix sensed the call, 11 months, always later. Then subscribed, activated alerts, inwardly declared end to fleeing. Clarity flooded within 4 days. Opportunities rewrote his course within 3 weeks. Linda from Charlotte felt inadequate, afraid 2 years, then leaned in. Weeks after one step, her life transformed. Favor, supply, deep peace followed compliance. If spirit leads, so faith via super thanks. It's not miracle purchase, not transaction, declaration. I trust this work in me enough to invest. Any amount spirit prompts, $5, $7, $11, $44, nudged. Respond from faith, not fear or guilt. Testimonies abound, giving from scarcity, receiving orchestrated provision like the man sowing $11 from near empty, receiving forgotten job offer days later, altering finances, not formula, invitation. If heaven prompts, you will sense. Now receive this blessing as my hand upon you. May clarity overwhelm your mind until confusion finds no place. May choices bring calm, not chaos. May next steps illuminate like morning path. May discernment sharpen so my whisper is unmistakable amid crowds. May destined doors open timely. May chances match calling, not craving. May you cease pursuing the wrong and attract the intended. May proper people arrive precisely, guides, companions, friends, understanding and celebrating your purpose. May toxic bonds release gently but decisively. May isolation yield to true community. May financial strain lessen. Case surprise, supply of pure funds, reconciliations, increases, openings. May obligations reduce. May wisdom and discipline grow, so inflow remains. May your body align with divine intent. May vitality return to tired frame. May persistent weariness shatter. May rest renew. May every cell submit to restoration. May ancestral cycles of fear, shame, bondage, lack, bewilderment end with you. May descendants walk cleared roads. May today's compliance become legacy for unseen generations. May your life testify delay lacks final word. I hold it. If not done, like to confirm alignment. Enter 444 again as closing mark. Share with the 3 highlighted. Subscribe and notify to stay in coming release. Lead to super thanks as faith partnership. Avoid old, later pattern. Every act counts. Every reply matters. Heaven watches. Angels await. Orders your compliance. Activates. Now we initiate together. 5 heaven releases 1 delay withheld. 4 clarity floods former haze. 3 bewilderment shatters. 2 doors unlock. Paths clear before movement. 1 activated. Done. Gateway sealed. Your affirmation recorded. Delay era ended. Clarity yours. Guidance established. Breakthrough entered your timeline. You will not leave unchanged. Serve next 7 days. Shifts in thought. Opportunities approaching. Inner stance altering. Peace leading over panic. Hesitation season closed. You have crossed threshold. felt or not. This, your pivot, day heaven will reference. Here, they ceased fleeing, began replying. Remember this, the feeling, the entry, for when testimony appears, breakthrough evident, you will reflect. That day I ended delay. Destiny unfolded. Your story will ignite hope for another's moment. Your 7 days begin now. Clarity approaching, doors opening, guidance shaping, breakthrough appearing, King, and you forever transformed.